Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It's been a while. Yes, I know. I want to apologize for the delay because I've been having some issues struggling with my internet, my IP, and then I had a project I had to work on. So I really apologize for that. Okay. All right, but I'm here now, so we're back. So we're jumping in. All right. So last time we left off here where we did this navigation bar and then we made it hover. So right now we are going to look at our image. So there's a line here. So we're going to make this line and we're going to get into this. All right. So let's hope we can do at least this one for this video. If I can't finish this, then it's going to be in the next video. But okay. So let's jump into it. So right now we have to create this line. All right. So let's go to our codes. All right, so we stop here now. This is for the navigation bar. So now we want to start here. Remember that there's a line, so we want to create that line, right? So I'm going to use a div now to create that line and say grid. Okay, keep going. And now remember that after that line, we have a section where an empty section basically, right? So just let's do this. I want to do this part right now because remember this is a whole grid 100, right? And it's not exactly in the middle, so this probably like this should be in the middle, right? So this is, let's say, around grid 40, like from here to here should be like grid 40 or something, right? So that we want to do that, then we'll still visit this. There's a space here, so we'll visit that as well. Okay, so let's start coding. Let me first see how it is, and then we can code something up. Now I'm going to say okay, I'm basically going to put a line here. So let's give the class of line and we'll go to my style and let's add that line, right? So add that line that says what did I say? Sorry. Add that line that says I want to give it a gray color. So we'll obviously put a background color for that, and I think the color should be, I want to use gray though, but let's see. I think I already got the color before somewhere. I'm gonna see if I remember it. Just write something that looks similar to it. Okay. So I think it's 243 and 243 and 243. Okay. Then you should have a height as well because it has to have a height. So give it a height of about, it's not much, let's say 10, 15 pixels maybe. All right, so give it a height, and then what else? Maximum height. Well, this is not really necessary, but just in case, right? So let's not do something that will not go and something later. So I'll just give a maximum height of this, and it should be fine. Okay. So now that we have that, we can easily now jump into the others. Remember now, there's a space here. What is it? There's a space in between here, right? So we want to have that space. Why is it not? Not sure. Like a line as shown. So we want to have that space in between here, in between this and this. So there's a space here. So we're going to have that space. So what we can do now is use clear to do that. Let me see. Do I have a? I don't know whether Unsemantic has a this thing for that, but let's find out if Unsemantic has a class for clear. Right. Let's see. Okay, so it has a class for clear bold block hidden with height. Okay. So I want to try the clear. If it doesn't work, then I'll maybe implement my own thing, right? Because this one is not, I don't think it will give me, because there's the height here is 0. So it definitely should not give me what I want it to give me. So I would most likely try my own thing here. Okay. But I'm still going to use clear, or should I? let's not make it conflict. So let's say white space. Right, you can name it whatever you want to name it. So let's say white space, and then here I'm going to now give it a class here and say what is it, white space. Then I'm going to give it a class that says height, right? Because automatically it's going to be 100% because since I'm not putting anything, so I'm going to give the height of 50 pixels. The 50 pixels be okay. I don't know, 50. Okay, let's try 40 pixels and see. So you do class of 40 pixels, okay? So now we'll go back and we'll continue coding. So we already know that that space will be there. So now we're going to work on where that shoe is, right? So I know that I want to have a grid of 100 to start with, right? Then inside that grid I have two boxes. That's these two boxes here. This is a whole grid, right? From here to here. So inside this grid now, inside this div rather, they have two boxes. This one here and then this one here, right? So I want to work on this one here. I remember I said this one is about 40, grid 40 or thereabouts. So this one should be like grid 60. So right. So we're gonna do that and see how it turns out. Okay. So inside the grid now, let me just take this off. So inside the grid now, I'm gonna have another grid and I'm going to give it that grid 40 I talked about. Okay, and then we have a heading, let's say H3 for the heading that says, let me see, what does it say? Base style and customization. Base style and customization. Base style and customization. All right. And I think there's another one behind that is smaller. Let's see. Okay, there's a style, select size, something like that. Okay. So since this one is smaller, we could say H4. Let's do H4 and then say select size. Select size. Okay. Alright, so I think this is this. Then we now have, well, let's see how this one should look first of all, right? Let's see how this looks. Notice that it's not bold and it's not where we actually want it to be. So what will happen is that we now have to give it a class, give it our own class and do something with that. Okay. All right. Okay. So here now, I want to make here bold, right? This place here because it's bold in the picture, right? So I have to give it our own styling, give it our own styling. But also remember that this whole place, right, the color is different from what is on top here and what is below, right? So it means that we need to change this color as well, right? So what I'm going to do is I just put my styling at the div that covers everything, that covers both this side and this side, and so it's easier for me to target. So let's do that, right? So here, since it's a section, I'm just going to say section, but I don't recommend you use section. It's just because I know that it's not going to conflict, because if you're using something like bootstrap or maybe some other kind of CSS framework and you put section, it might that CSS library might already have something called section, and it might affect your CSS. Okay, so just for you to note that. All right, so we're gonna have a background color of what did I use that time? So another, and okay, it's above. So 243, 243, 243, right? Then I want the text to be in the middle, so I'm gonna use text align and say center. And then the text is, I need them to be bolder or rather bold. It says something like bolder, so I'm gonna say font weight, right? And then I'll make it. Okay, I think that should be that for now. Then if we go back here, well, we've done this and we've done this. What else is left? Done all this, so now we need to put this. Now for this slider, right, I wasn't exactly sure what to go with because I'm not actually looking exactly at raw JavaScript or even jQuery, so I kind of just had to go online and then just get something to put there. So this is totally up to you. You can decide on what you want to have here, right? You can have your normal slider if you want to, or you can have something. So I did go online and got a simple slider to use. Okay, so I'm just gonna do that. So I basically have to pause the video and then I just post it in. Okay, so just hold on. Okay, so I just pasted it in right now. Right, I might put the link in the description. Okay, so I just posted it in right now, so this is how it looks already, right? So you can decide to use it however you want, or you can use something else. Okay, so that's not really part of what I'm teaching you, so that's why I'm not really going into it, but this is JavaScript. All right, range slider. So say on change, so it listens for a change on the value range slider, and then, well, anyways, I'm not explaining JavaScript right now. All right, so notice here now that this is too close, right? It's not exactly how it's supposed to be here. Now that you notice that there's space here. You see there's space. Let me shift it. So there's space here, and this one is close together. So what we are going to do is we're going to add some classes obviously to it, and then give it some margin top and bottom so that we can space it. And then this slider is select size is smaller, so we're going to make it small here. All right, so let's jump into that and do that quickly. All right, so I'll give you the class here because I want to work on this one as well. So I'm going to say class of what do I call it now? Let's say I don't know, I'm fresh out of ideas. Should we say base? Let's say base because of base style. So let's say base. So let's just give it base. Okay. Forgive me for that naming convention. So I'll just say base. Then this one, let's just call it size, right? So I'm gonna work on that right now. So here I can say base, and I can now come and give it what I want to give it. So remember, I want to give it space. So I can say margin top first. Okay, apologies for that call. So where are we? Okay, margin top here, and then we're going to say margin top 30 pixels. I think when you code over time, you can easily now tell how much spacing you need. I noticed that so a while back that you can just notice how much spacing you need when you're coding. So I'm going to space the letters in between, like so that it stretches more, right? Because now they're a bit clumped together, so that's why I'm giving it. I'm giving it letter spacing. Then for the base, we're going to say also give it a margin top, but not 30. 50, 40. How much space do we need? Right, well, let's say 40, sure. If it doesn't work out, we'll change that. Okay. So then font size. Remember, we need to make it smaller. What am I typing? Font size, not large. No, not large. Font size, we need it to be 11 pixels. That's a bit small. Then we need it to be bold as well. So we're going to say font weight. Font weight. And then we're going to say Border. Let's say bold, not border, bold. And if that doesn't work, I will change it again. Then later spacing as well. We're gonna do the same thing that we did earlier on, and then give it 0.1 and this em. So all right, that's that, and then let's see how it is right now. Where is the space I added? Oh, I think I maybe missed something. Okay, base. I know I missed something. So this is size, not base. Okay. So this is looking nice now, looking much better. So right now, what's left is we need to do this color. So we have to put a margin top here or margin bottom for this one, anyone, and then we have to put this color and then put this button. Then we'll call it a video. Okay. All right. So let's quickly do that. Okay. I hope you're following so far. Anyways, hope you're following so far. So we have what's here? We have a kind of like a header here, so something like this, right? So we're just going to use this for that, and then put a circle and then put a color gradient inside of it, right? So let's do that. Okay, so still inside this grid. Let's make sure we're still inside the grid. Yep. Okay, so now we have to do a h1 h4, sorry, not h1. Use h4 just like the one on top, and then we're going to call it select color. Is it select color? Yeah, select color. Select color. Right. That should be fine. Let's go. Then what's left? There's another place for now. This is the where we put the. This is where we put the what's it called now? The colors, those circular colors. Alright, so I'm using a list for it. Okay. So I'm gonna say use a shorthand now. How many are they? About 5. Let's assume there are 5. So I'm gonna say 5 of them. Alright, so I should probably give them a name or something. But okay, I'm not putting anything else actually. If I'm gonna say background color. Alright, so let's link this right now. Okay, so this is what we're gonna do right now. So you see that they have different colors, right? So we're going to use a background color for each of them. So that means I'm going to give them a class, right? To then have a gradient background color, but we're not going to put anything inside. So I'm going to leave it like this, right? So what we'll do now is put the class. So let's put the class inside now, and let's see. Can I do this? Let's see. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give them a class according to their color, so it's easier for me. So this is black, right? So this is maybe black and black, right? Because this, I don't know how I'm going to name it. So this is black and black, and this is green, or this is pink, and maybe this is red and this is white. Okay, so I'm going to name it like that for the classes, right? So let's do that. So I'll say black for this one, and then for this, I'm going to say, oh boy, I just forgot it. Let me see. Okay, this is green. Okay, so I'm going to say green for this one. Then for this, I'm going to say, wasn't that pink? Was that pink? Yeah, pink. And this other one is red. So I'm going to say red for this one. Other one. Plus red. Then the other one is the other one's white. I remember. That was white, so I'm gonna give it white. Alright, so now we have this. These are the classes I'm gonna put for them. These classes we're gonna use for them, right? But I need them to float because right now they are not floating, or right now they should not be floating. If it's floating, then there's something wrong. Alright, so this is how you should see them. Okay, basically you shouldn't even see them because there's nothing inside of it, right? So but let me just show you that they are there, right? So let me put something here. Let's say one, let's say this, and let's say this, and then say this. I'm just going to do 43 so you can see that there's something inside of it. Okay, so you can see them, right? See that there's something already inside of them. So I'm going to remove that and then I'm going to give it a class. Remove that and give it a class. For some reason it's floating. I think that's because I already gave it there's already a class that's affecting that. Yeah. Remember we have a navigation where we have this U and this LI. So I think there's something here that's affecting it. Okay, you can see it float left. So that's why they're already floating, right? So that's why I told you when you are giving your classes and all that, you should be wary of the frameworks you are using and all that, so that you don't have conflicting issues. Okay, so we'll come here now and we want to style this list just to make it a bit fine or prettier or something, right? So I'm gonna say list. I'm just gonna call it list, right, for now, and then I'm gonna give it a style. I wanted to make it display flex, but then there's really no need to do that. Just going to say, oh, sorry. I said list. Then what am I doing? I'm going to align them to the center, highlight them center. Then I'm also going to do a margin top, just give it a little space at the top, and then say 20 pixels, right? Yep, 20 pixels. So that should be fine. This should be fine. Let's see now. For some reason it's not working. So let me add a display flex to it. And hopefully that should fix it. Display flex. Hopefully that should fix it and then flex wrap. Hopefully that should fix the issue. Alright. Okay, so you see now it's now aligning. Okay, so we're adding colors to it. So let's go straight to that. So here I'm going to say class. So I have class of black. Let me split this so that I can easily see what I'm doing or going to be doing. Right. So now I have class of okay, so I want to give this now. Remember they're supposed to be in a circle, kind of, right? So I'm going to give them a border and then I'm going to give them a radius. They can be in a circle, then I give them a background color. So I want to target them now. So instead of targeting each of these classes, I can just use this class list and then nest inside it to the LI to do that. So that's what I'm going to do right now, and then just say list, and then UI li, right? So I can just do this, and I'm already targeting that. So I'm going to give them right now a width. They need to have a width. So I'll make them 22 pixels. I want to make them 20 pixels, but it might be a bit tiny-ish. So let's just add a little height just in case. If it's too large, we'll reduce it. All right. So the height as well has to be the same thing. Remember, I want to make a perfect circle, so that's why we're giving a height and width of the same thing. So border radius now, we want to make it also just make it 22 pixels so that it's kind of perfect circle kind of. All right. So now we've targeted that, we've done that. So let's start working on all this right now. The circles kind of, if you will. Right. So I'm going to say black. I'm going to say black, and what am I saying to it now? Background color. So I might need to pause so that I can get the exact background color, right, to use, and probably get back to you, right? Okay. So am I using the background color? No, I want them to be a gradient, so not the background color. So I can say background image and then put a color there. That's one cool way to do it. So I need to put a color and then say linear gradient. Okay, let me just get the color. Hold on. Okay, so I just got the colors now. So I'm gonna use the colors. Okay. Okay, guys. So I finished the CSS for this buttons here. Well, not really buttons here, but colors that you can pick from. Okay, so this is what it looks like right now. So it's quite similar to this right now. Okay. All right. So what we have to do now is have a button. We're gonna have a button here. Remember now there's a button here. Add to cart. We're gonna have a button. We're gonna have a button here. Okay, so let's do that. So we'll have our button, and then just say add to cart. Add to cart. All right. So now we have to style our button. So obviously I'm going to give it a class of button. Well, I can decide to give it a class of btn, but I want to give it a class of button. All right, and then come here and button. Okay, so we know it's black, right? So I can give it a background color already. Give it a background color of black. All right, and then what do we know? We know we want the color, that's what is being written, to be white, at least so that they can see it. Then we know that it has space, so we're going to give it padding. We're going to give it padding of 10 pixels. Then we'll target we'll target the site. So padding 10 pixels, then padding left, we'll say about 5 pixels. Then padding right also 35 pixels. I want it to try and be in the middle. All right, so that it looks nice. Then we want to make it a bit bold, so we are going to say font weight. We'll say font weight or font size, but let's use font weight. Then using font size actually, sure. We'll just increase it a bit. I'll reduce it. Make it smaller. Okay, radius. We'll not add a radius. So border radius, I'm going to say 20 pixels for border radius. Then let's push it down a bit so that it's not just not just affecting there. So I'll give it about 40%. Okay, so now we're done with our CSS for this button. Let's see how it looks now. Hey, I don't know why this thing does, it's always catching. Alright, so we have our button now. It looks small for some reason. Is that how it is? Or is that how it's supposed to be? Okay, it's small. Oh, okay, I wrote it in listen. So I'm using PHP now. I'll just say string to upper or something like that to make it an uppercase. But I'll just use just retype it, okay? not much. All right, so that's that. Okay, so I think this is perfect. So next time we're going to work on this other side where you have these shoes, right? And then we work on this border. Then I'm going to work on this, making this functional. That is, when I select a particular color that I want, let the shoe change to that color. Okay, so we're going to do that. Thank you for watching till the end. I hope you liked and enjoyed the video, and apologies again for not being around. I'm back now. Okay, hopefully back now. So anyways, I'm sure if you like the video, if you like the content, you like the video, all right, I've been allowed, do well to share this to someone that would love to see it. Okay, so until the next video, stay safe and keep learning. Bye bye.